Microsoft betting on Lucky 7 by Rick Martin. Last October saw the launch of Microsoft's latest incarnation of its operating system, Windows 7. And while it is a solid competitor to current operating systems like Mac's OS X and Ubuntu Linux, one has to wonder if it has the legs to run with them as we move into the new decade. Microsoft is depending heavily on Windows 7, after Windows Vista was not well received by the general public. Vista was not so much an actual failure as it was a perceived failure. Some third-party hardware and software companies did not have time to ensure compatibility with the new OS, resulting in many unsatisfied customers who were not shy about voicing their displeasure. Most businesses, when faced with the prospect of upgrading to the untested Windows Vista, opted to wait before abandoning the more reliable XP, at least until Microsoft moved their first Windows 7 service pack. This consumer trepidation, combined with the brilliant Switch ads from Apple, were more than enough to allow Mac's OS X to steal a significant slice of market share during the last decade. Microsoft's hopes now lie with Windows 7. Under the hood, it's not all that different from Windows Vista, but it's much lighter. Unlike the Windows Vista, this OS will play nice with low-end netbooks which have taken off in recent years. Windows 7 sports a much faster startup time, and it's much less power-hungry and far easier on your battery. In response to Mac OS X, Windows 7 is much slicker and sports more eye candy. The user interface now has a menu bar much like Apple's famous dock, thus blurring the lines of design between the two competitors. Microsoft has also wisely implemented virtualization into the new OS, allowing users to run Windows XP virtually inside Windows 7, thus helping to get rid of compatibility issues. Furthermore, the user account control feature that annoyed so many people in Windows Vista can be fine-tuned by the user in Windows 7 so that it better fits their requirements. Windows 7 must also rise to the cloud computing challenge posed by Google. Their Microsoft Office Business Suite now faces competition from the free-of-charge Google Docs. 60% of businesses in the US report using Google Docs in some way, so Microsoft definitely has its work cut out. What the future holds for Windows 7 is difficult to predict. Microsoft will continue to dominate enterprise, but will likely have trouble keeping pace with Google and Apple on the consumer side. Expect their recent stagnation to continue until we see Windows 8. Now that they have played their cards, the competition will have a few years to trump them, especially when it comes to cloud computing.